Welcome back. Okay, sorry. Be helpful if I click the right button. But either way, welcome back to Foxtrot Plays Lost Epic. We're done, and we're gonna go find some bosses that I've been avoiding over in the lake. Not on purpose, I just had forgotten where they were for a small bit of time.
Oh, okay. Ugh. So, did you, well, because I don't know, because I'm pretty sure you don't have any interest in that. Like, I saw the Tekken 8 trailer. Did you watch it?
The Witch?
Tekken 8.
And no. I mean, I'm not opposed to looking at it, I honestly hadn't heard it had come out, so I just hadn't seen it.
Yeah, no, I didn't know.
I haven't been in the Tekken scene for a good bit, though, so it's gotta be pretty significant to bring me back in.
I haven't been involved in Tekken since did I ever play? I don't know if I played Tekken 7. I know, I've seen a lot of tournaments about it, but
I played a little 7, but I didn't just stick with it.
Okay.
I think the most... Yeah, it was somewhere around 5 that I think I was still the most active, where I would actually go out of my way, and then about 6 I was just like,
Yeah, like, wait, 5 was PS3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, AIM, because whenever I was at Ames, he'd have, like, he'd try to have, like, Tekken 5 bashes, and we were always on the hunt for that stupid, lamb or sheep stage or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we found out it can only be unlocked via going random.
Aw.
Yeah, there's no other way to access it, you have to go random. Fish, you're out of water. You can't breathe.
They
won't attack.
Not according to them. This game's fish logic is very flawed.
Oh man.
Fish believe they can traverse anything.
Yeah, they can go 88 miles per hour, get hit by lightning, and travel through time.
Yeah, ultimate fish.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't know why that got that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know why, like Back to the Future bit brought me back on it. All of a sudden I started thinking about The Simpsons when Skinner gets fired from as he's no longer principal at Springfield Elementary.
Yeah.
So he's all like, I'm thinking about the bit where he runs into Bart, like, at the Quickie Mart, and, and he's like, I want to write the next great American novel. A boy comes, where, you go to this theme park, where dinosaurs have been brought to life through advanced cloning techniques, and I'm gonna call it Billy and the Clonosaurus, and that triggers that huge tirade from Apu, like, he's like, oh, I've got to be kidding me, Sam. First you think of an idea that has already been done, and then you give it a title that nobody could possibly like, and then it's the bestseller list for 18 months. Every magazine cover had most popular movies of all time, sir. What were you thinking? Everybody's sad, and he's just all like, I mean, thank you, come again.
Dear God. Why?
Oh my God, that was
be like this.
That's easily one of the most memorable scenes in Simpsons history. Oh my God. You think that's weird? Because I had a bunch of the Simpsons seasons on DVD. And I was watching, and I watched them so many times that I knew basically almost every deleted scene. Because you actually can watch the deleted scenes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. One of the deleted scenes, and I was hoping, and I wish they kept that in. Like, okay, so, Apu just starts working for the Simpsons at their house after the shit he pulled to get himself fired from the Quickie Mart, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like Bart and Lisa. They're in their. They're in. I forget which bedroom they're at, but it's nighttime and they're talking, and they're just all like, "That's so weird. Apu's living with us. Hey, did you know that Apu wears a wig?" Bart's like, "Yeah, I got it right here." Ew, Bart. the door opens, you don't see Apu coming. You don't see Apu coming into frame. You just see his arm coming in, and you see him snap his fingers twice, and they give him back his hair. So yeah, the deleted scene was Apu was apparently bald.
Oh my!
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I should have kept that.
That would have been a fun thing. See, look at Fish trying to do ultimate attacks.
You think that's weird? Wait, did that fish just self-destruct?
Oh, no, because I had the chain thing.
Oh, okay.
Remember my bind attack? I hit it and then I ran. And then...
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted him to slow down. I didn't think it was going to crit him to death. Because that's essentially what happens with the binding. It either just does damage, binds them in place, or it killed them so they just detonate. And you're just like, okay, well.
Better job. I was going to say, if it's self-destructed...
Best binding ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's self-destructed, then it obviously does a better job than Hero Yui.
Which, there was some, there was a YouTuber who got the English voice actor for him to interview him on something. It's not a guy that I normally watch. It just flipped into my recommended, because it was like, yeah, the Hero Yui voice actor. He's interviewed here, and it's just some YouTuber. So I was like, oh, wow. You are still running around. Look at you.
Oh, so he's still... Okay, so he's still in the... So he's still... Well, that's fine. That means he's getting work, so good on him.
No, I was like, he's still out and about and doing stuff. I hadn't heard anything for a while. I didn't know.
Well, at least it's not... Well, at least that YouTuber didn't interview the guy that did Catra.
I wouldn't have told you about it. It's fine. I would have just let it disappear into the distance.
No disrespect to that person as a person. I'm sure that person is a fine human being in real life.
The character they gave you, sir.
Yes, I just do not like that character.
And that's the core problem. Because it's not that the sad thing is the voice isn't wrong for Catra. It's just the character of Catra makes you not like Catra.
It's not just that. I can't watch the English dub of Black Lagoon because of that. Because
that same voice is there and you immediately connect. Yeah.
Same goes with Death Note, but like then again, I don't need another reason to not watch Death Note.
But see, that's usually why I enjoy the Japanese subs anyway. Because occasionally when you hear the same voice actor there, you definitely. There's such a noticeable like voice inflection even when you don't like the Japanese voice actor. You'll be like, I know who that is. I don't even know your name, and I know who you are.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a certain way that they, because I have to look him up at one point, but he's done several different roles, and just his voice performance is just ridiculous when you want someone over the top, and it's perfect. It's so perfect, and I've not heard someone in English like embody.
Well, sometimes the voice actors can be good. It's just that they just butcher the names. For instance, when Lupin the Third went to Funimation.
Oh, I know. I already know what you're about to say. Oh.
Yeah, they were calling him Lupin, and I'm just like, oh, guys.
Oh, certain ones, it can get hard. It can. You clearly are like, so the voice director can catch on through any takes.
Yep, right.
That none of these might be a little off.
Oh my goodness.
Like with the name, when you can clearly hear that the name being said is not the name written. Now I can understand if like, oh, you pronounced an A different, but like in the middle of the name. If it's at the end of the name, no, you're still dumb. But but if it's like in the middle of the name, I can understand if just by like English standards, yeah, your way of saying it threw you off on a cut. But why didn't the voice director be like, hey, wait, go back in these 5 seconds and just re-say that spot? Cool, we're gonna put that in. You can adjust the audio, and since they're saying the appropriate things, you don't have to worry as much about mouth flap. Because it's the same spot the mouth flap was gonna be. Just get a cut of them saying it the fuck right and put it in.
Right?
Just crying.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why it bugs me as a person who I'm not an expert at editing, but I can edit. So I know I can fucking fix it. So how the hell is a whole ass company just letting it slide? So that's where it's frustrating, and that's why I usually end up just on subs all the time, because it's very rare that I hear a sub where I'm suddenly like, who the fuck are these voice actors? But if it is, I feel like it's intentional because maybe it's a parody anime or something, but it's never really happened where there have been whole animes where the cast in English just sound like they're dead. Like, you handed in the paper and they're reading it out of the bed.
Yeah. And
then you listen to the Japanese version, and there's so much fucking, like, it's ridiculous. So it can just vary. But yeah, I usually just stick with sub for that reason, because they tend to stick with the performance, whereas English, it varies.
Oh god, speaking of God. Sometimes just like though bad dubbing just rewinds from being so bad it's just amazing.
Such trauma.
Case in point.
And the sad thing is, it's not like I'm so finicky about bad dubbing. Like, you can be dubbed bad and still functionally work. It's well, I mean, hell, Ghost Story. But you could be you can be dubbed bad and still work by the means of what's around you. But when you're dubbed bad and a whole studio tried to send that out like that's normal, is where it's like, what's going on? Because if you were at least pushing it as a parody or as a joke or as something, that's one thing. But if you're expecting me to take this as a serious performance of the thing I wanted to watch, why didn't you even take the time to make sure these are the right words? Like, that's where I get touched. That makes me feel like, oh, you just made this to make money. Because you didn't even bother to go over the script properly.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's when those little things eke up, or you start noticing, like, casual art things that they could have done, but they didn't, and they did the laziest way possible. You start having that dread creep into you. I will wholeheartedly admit that Divine Counter was sheer luck.
Oh, that's fine.
I planned to just hit it, and it happened to do the attack, and I was like, okay, I'll take that Divine.
Yeah, no, I've done that before. But like, in all honesty, I think I am a little finicky when it comes to my dubbing. Because like I said, well, I straight up refuse to watch Black Lagoon because of the Catra voice actor. Everyone else is great. I just do not like the, like, I know I'm associating it with Catra, but that guy's voice is just ugh.
Yeah, it's not such a different performance for you to feel like it's not Catra. Because there's some people that can be a character and you can hate that voice of that character, and then they can be another character in something else and not sound like that character. It's fully possible.
Oh yeah.
But if that's not who your character or your actor is, they tend to play that same character in that same voice constantly.
It's not just that. Well, like sometimes you'll be surprised at the versatility of some of the voice actors. For instance, the guy who played Bill Dauterive in King of the Hill.
Yeah.
He was the SWAT team commander in Batman Year One.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I couldn't even recognize. I was like, what?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. There's some that you have no idea that they are the voices of other things. And depending on the work, sometimes they're not even credited, so you don't know even then.
Yeah, it's really weird to see like someone like Kathy Griffin. Like, despite my hatred for her, she was fantastic in Dilbert.
Oh yeah, no, she's always been good at voice work because she's popped in and out of voice work. So she's always been kind of good for that.
I guess, but like, I still do not like her as I still do. Her comedy is not good. She's not.
I like her as a person if I was to go hang out with and just chill with. But if it was to be like my entertainment person, no. But if I was just like chilling with Kathy Griffin, yes, she's gonna give you all the insults and all the best things. Remember, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna know everybody's shit.
I think I know why you were avoiding this boss fight, not to change the subject or anything.
Yeah, no, it's a very Yeah, that's why I said the bosses for the lake are kind of in this pocket where these fish become part of the implementation of battles the further down you get, because
Oh god.
they just are. And the AI is smart enough to know if you try to hide it somewhere else, and they'll be like, nah, that ain't my arena. Come back over here. And it'll just fucking leave.
Well, at least you got
Like
the
you
bitch.
saw, I could pull her away, and the moment she like caught a wind of like, I'm not in my area, she was just like, nope, going back to the fish. She's a bitch.
Damn.
But down here, that's where it's trickier. But you're gonna see in a second, because I think there's a spot. It gets worse.
Oh, really?
Because I'm still kind of skimming the top area of this lake area. I didn't go deal with the bigger issues. You'll see what the bigger issues are.
Oh, okay.
If I don't get beat up by fish. That was just killing out of vengeance. I didn't like, I was nibbled.
Can you eat food
That's
underwater?
not food. Mm-hmm.
Can you eat food underwater?
I mean, if it was an item, I think so. Maybe. But probably not while swimming.
Oh, okay.
Certain like I've noticed a certain thing. I can do the attack while swimming, but it's very touchy about doing anything else. My skills are very grounded more in the water than they would be there.
Okay.
Because a lot of times up on land, I can jump up and still do the directional circle, and I'll sometimes still do the move, unless it's ground specific. And the water, it's like, nah. Even if you're on the ground, if you're hovering a little bit, because the water, it doesn't count. It's my move won't activate because I'm technically not on the ground if my foot hasn't fully inflicted out in the water.
Damn, I can see. Oh, fuck, this is annoying.
Yeah.
I told
That's
you.
what I said. The AI is aware, so it will keep trying to put you in there.
Good God.
So it becomes a just try to get strong enough that you can beat them before they go through this whole bullshit.
Well, at least it's almost dead. Oh, but you are too, so it's just. Oh,
Yes.
that heal came at exactly the right fucking time. Put the light on. This is getting dark. Man, supposedly it's gonna rain in and out like this week. I'm just like, oh. I mean,
I'm
like
not
at one point we do need Cali does need the rain, but
I'm not surprised because even where I'm at, our weather's fluctuating between ridiculousness, and we're not getting anything anywhere near the outer states.
Oh really?
Like, because I mean, basically, like yesterday, we had random. Like, it was supposed to be clear. It said it was clear. Randomly at 3 a.m., a store showed up 45 minutes and then left, and then now it's clear.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, like East Texas has a tendency to have weather changes within the same day. Like, it's not an exaggeration for us when we say, like, we can have all 4 seasons. We can have the sun, rain, one of those days turn into ice, and then the next day be back out in shorts because everything fucking just changed.
Oh okay.
It's so nightmarish to ever be dressed for. You go out in long sleeves and then you're dying at the end of the day because the sun decided, nah, it's 80 now.
yeah. San Diego has days like that too.
It literally screwed me over one time with that because the day started at like 35 and then it was just like, yeah, 82. And it's just like, what the fuck? I am not anywhere near dressed for this transformation. 35 to 82 is not something you're just like, yeah, let me take my one coat off. Ah, tank top. I was waiting for this moment. Like, no.
Right? Oh my goodness. Can you do anything about that school of fish?
No. I mean, officially they're part of the areas puzzle because there's a different section that they get diverted so that you can get into other areas. So they're built in. There'll just be a later point where I'll have to like put walls up and force them to turn.
God damn it, that sucks.
Yeah, no, it goes deeper and deeper. They don't go away. Once this one goes away, I'll show you.
Stop swimming away, you bitch!
That's what I said. It's fighting down here is so difficult, and that's why I have to switch to that lighter blade. Because although my heavy blade does so much damage, it cleans me because of the water physics, and I'll never hit that thing with a heavy weapon.
Yeah. Well, at least the heavy weapons here are different from Hellpoint, because here you can actually still kind of swing fast. Hellpoint is... You gotta wait 5 days for even to begin to start swinging.
You gotta work with that timing. You have to be like, alright, I plan to do this combo, but I have to plan to hit this next button like 3 seconds after.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, I'm gonna hit it twice and he's gonna do 2 hits. No. Not unless you built him to somehow negate that weight. And it takes a lot to do it.
God, yes it does. No!
It wouldn't be so bad if they weren't so rapid hit. Like if it was just like I got hit and then smacked out the way type thing. Jeez. But it's like that.
Yeah.
It's a consecutive stream of just slapping. Alright, I think we're gonna get to the spot. We're gonna see how far I actually have to go. Yeah. Oh no!
It looked like
no! Wait till I go down there. I'm just going up here for shortcut purposes. But you'll see how far that reaches when I go down there. But I'd like to have this shortcut for later.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a long swim. This is why I waited to get the ability to breathe underwater to deal with what I have.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because there's no way when you start reaching where I'm about to have to go that you can be like, oh, I'm going to just flourish back up for air. It'll be fine.
Oh, good Lord.
But like I said, I give the team that worked on I give them due credit. Game is ridiculously fun. It makes you pay attention. You can't slack off. Like...
Oh, no, yeah, I respect that.
Shit will kill you, but that enemy right there.
Yeah. Good Lord.
And technically, that is the non-boss version. There is a boss version of that.
No, you didn't face that boss version. Wait, did you face that boss version or no?
One version of that boss version.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Because the official one's the Siren. And I have to beat a lot of the multiple ones to force the Siren to show up.
Oh, okay.
That's usually, if you see one of those, see, look. Yeah, and they're still down. But I'm not going down there right now. I'm not even dealing with that right now.
Jeez. So
that's why I told you this area is technically the longer to deal with because there's so much.
Oh, okay.
So much, even in just one little block. You'll be like, oh, it's just this. To see, here's one of the sub-sirens. Main siren's still not here. But I have to beat this one.
It's...
Well,
at least you're not dealing with...
favorite enemy.
Well, at least you're not dealing with school of fish.
Yeah. They're nice enough to be like, here, go in the treasury room and have a showdown.
Yeah. One thing, because, okay. How do I put this? Seeing as how we're talking underwater, I was actually just going to have token water in Insane Heroes. But, and this is a big but, 5.1, engine version 5.1, right? They actually have they came out with actual water physics, and there's buoyancy and stuff like that. And I don't know if I want to tackle like actual boats, because that
volume control and density.
I have no.
Gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, I have no. I don't mind tackling excuse me, I don't mind tackling aircrafts and giant robots. Because I already did those.
Yeah.
But I have no idea if I want to do, like, boat. I have zero idea. I don't know if I want to... I honestly don't know where to start. Like, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because... Granted, I haven't tested it yet. There's actual buoyancy that you can simulate now with physics actors by actually attaching something called a buoyancy component. So I'm assuming that all you really need to do is just attach movement controls when you're possessing something that has buoyancy, but it's still like completely new territory. Yeah.
I would think, yeah, because that would make sense. Because even with that, once it's technically on that water and it's taking on the volume and the density, and if the physics are... Yeah, that sounds about right, but I haven't done the shit forever. So, that sounds right in theory, but mechanic-wise, it's not like I could do it in the drop of a hat either, so...
Yeah, theory and things being put into practice are two very different things.
Yeah. But either way, join us next time where you obviously see the bottomless pit of water we're going to have to deal with in the darkness with random death fish. So...